Gone Girl. Backstory of Gone Girl. This movie is about a marriage of two writers from New York who move to Missouri, where the wife Amy then manipulates her husband and fakes her own disappearance and tries to frame her husband Nick. Amy, the wife, made it seem like they were the perfect couple in public eye until she played it as that Nick began to become abusive, which makes Nick look like the suspect in the media during her disappearance. Amy believes she can frame Nick for her disappearance, but then she is caught in challenges that she thought she had planned in every detail possible, like her money she had gotten stolen, the evidence of her writing in her diary, multiple dates all in one sitting, faking a pregnancy, and even her death. Amy ends up manipulating Nick and the influence of the media and what's being said versus what's really going on, and the truth behind their marriage. This movie is about control and having that power over someone you're supposed to love and being married to a manipulator. Amy plays the wife of Nick who fakes her disappearance after playing the lovely perfect couple to randomly staging her disappearance to being able to frame her husband. She shows manipulation through the film, trying to control Nick and the power of the public eye. Nick plays the husband to Amy. He plays as a writer who opens a bar with his sister until he becomes a suspect in Amy's disappearance due to the lack of emotions. The show shows this shows how toxic their relationship was and the manipulation he endured. Here's a couple of images from the film. Personality disorders that we see in the movie. Antisocial personality disorder with Amy's disappearance and her trying to frame her husband. The lack of remorse after killing her ex after faking a kidnapping instead of being aware of Nick's infidelity. Amy plans to seek revenge and tries to ruin his life. We also see narcissistic personality disorder, with Amy thinking she had the perfect marriage and how she wants the public eye to review her as the perfect wife. DSM-5 criteria. Exposure to trauma. We see fabrication of her trauma and her rape, faking her death, manipulation, and framing her husband. Intrusion symptoms. Manipulation and control, behavior of revenge, and becoming antisocial. Avoidance. Framing her husband to avoid her failed marriage and the truth is being avoided. Negative alterations, distorted identity, numbness to emotions, distrust, and manipulation. Alterations in arousal, stress reactions, and impulsive decision from her actions and the media and the public's judgment. Duration, emotional stress lasting longer than weeks, her long-term anger issues, and planning to disappear. Functional impairment. Nick deals with this more as he stresses and worries when she will return, and Amy's need for control over him. Accuracies and inaccuracies. How the media sees Nick to be the suspect in Amy's disappearance, even though the media or public are influencing the trial and making him the bad guy. This also shows how toxic Amy was for Nick. The film paints Amy and Nick to have this beautiful marriage, but it isn't. They lack communication skills, like not being honest and having control, and there's a lot of emotional manipulation that comes into play in this film. There's barely any evidence when it comes to DNA evidence, and surveillance when it comes to the disappearance and Amy's framing plan. The film also portrays realistic parts of the legal side in this and the lack of what they didn't do. Amy states in the film that her ex, Desi, supposedly kidnaps her. If this actually happened, then there would have been real evidence that he did instead of staging an entire setup just to frame her husband. Treatment options. For Amy's antisocial personality disorder, many things could have helped her. But I think that since it's more limited, she can use anger management and therapy and cognitive behavioral techniques to help her get through her struggles. For Amy's borderline personality disorder, I'm thinking that intense psychotherapy can help her like managing her decisions and behaviors and get back to her sense of self and normalcy. Even medication can help this if she's more depressed or has anxiety. For Amy's narcissistic personality disorder, I believe that group therapy and her talking to someone would be really good for her to help improve social interactions again as well as relationships.